All right, welcome to another edition of 5-Pillar Method Mobility. Today we are focusing on the hips and knees. Let's start with a little breath work, lying face down, in a comfortable spot on your mat, facing up, taking some time to take some deep breaths, taking your attention to your breath, and just trying to slow everything down. Finding a nice relaxed headspace, breathing in through the nose, slowly breathing out through the nose, and directing that air deep into the abdomen. Feeling those lower ribs expand, feeling that belly rise on the inhale, and just slowly letting go of everything on the exhale. And we'll take a little body scan while we're here. We're thinking about syncing those muscles of your hips to your breath. So as you let go of that air, just let those glutes release, those quads get nice and loose, those muscles in the hips. And with every breath, feel your hips sink a little heavier into your mat. We'll take a few more breaths here. Long, slow, relaxing exhale. And we'll start today's routine focusing on the left IT band. And when we say the IT band, we really mean the area around the IT band. So anywhere on the outer thigh area. And it's a long, large area, so it could be anywhere from up and around your hip all the way down to the knee. So do some digging, looking for where you're carrying tension, and once you've found that area, experiment with the angle we're leaning on your lacrosse ball, the amount of pressure you're allowing into that leg. We just want a subtle pressure release where there's no pain, just pressure release, so we can open ourselves up to move better. And taking your attention back to your breath. Long, slow, relaxing inhale. Long, slow, nice, easy exhale. We'll take one more long, slow inhale here. We'll sigh out that breath and we'll slowly transition to the other side. Working through that right side. Your hips may or may not feel the same on both sides. Hips are prone to rotate and cause things to feel really different side to side. So do some digging, look around at the insertions, the origins, the angle we're leaning. Just do some experimenting. And when you find a good target area, center yourself back on your breath. Staying in a nice, calm, cool, collective headspace. And again, breathing through the nose every chance we get. And directing that air deep into the abdomen, that diaphragmatic breath, to really stimulate that parasympathetic system. Just finding a nice, calm, relaxed state. Now we'll take one more long, slow breath here. We'll sigh out that breath and we'll shift our focus into the hamstrings. So you have a few options with the hamstring. You can stay on your mat. If you have a hard surface, like a box or a bench, you can sit on that bench. Whatever option you have available today, just do some searching through that hamstring. Looking for areas of tension, not necessarily areas of pain, but where you feel restricted. Whatever feels like it's not moving well today, let your attention settle into that. Try your best to keep that tissue synced to your breath. Nice, calm, cool, collective headspace. Just enjoying the moment. Every chance we get, centering yourself back on your breath, not forcing anything, letting the pace just fall to what feels right. Just allowing everything to slow down. Take one more breath here and let it all out, and we'll switch to the opposite hamstring. Let's do some panning through this side. Do some little searching to see what needs attention. And once you found the area, you can experiment a little bit with the angle. Sometimes you lean into a bit of a side, it'll hit it differently. There's not really any wrong way to do this. As long as the stimulus, you can feel that pressure start to go, that tension sift out of the muscle. And then when we're settled into our location and stimulus, settle back to the breath. Slowly in through the nose. Slowly let that seep out through the nose. And as that breath goes, let that tension go with it. State of calm in the body always starts with the mind. We try to stay as calm and cool as we can mentally to give that body a chance to relax, to get a really good benefit from this release. Take one more breath here. We'll sigh out that breath. We'll take our attention into the TFL on the left side. And the TFL just sits right along the outside of your hip flexor. If you find the crease of your hip, and just move slightly outside to the lateral side. And a small change in position or angle here can make a big difference. So do a little experimenting. Find the right tension, the right pressure release that we need for today. Let that be your focus. And again, do your best to keep that outside of your hips sync to your breathing. So as your lungs let go of air, let that TFL area let go of tension. Nice relaxed, calm, cool headspace. Breathing at a rate that just allows everything to slow down. Allows you to enjoy the moment, to free you from your stress, and allow these joints to move better with less pain. One more breath here. Let's sigh out that breath, and we'll take our attention to the opposite side. So again, the hips tend to be prone to rotation. That means they might feel very different side to side. So do some searching here on the right area, the right angle to lean, and the right amount of pressure from that ball to give you that sense of relieving tension throughout that hip. And once you've found that right stimulus, let's settle back to the breath. Just doing your best to stay present. You might visualize that TFL just losing tension and moving better and functioning better. And every chance we get, breathing through the nose to help us reach that relaxed state. One more long breath here. Long, slow, relaxing breath out. Just do a little traction work on your left knee. So this is very subtle. We need to be pretty gentle as we work our way into this, especially if you have a history of knee issues. So just grabbing a hold of your shin, giving a really gentle pull away from your hips, so further down, just to create a little bit of breathing room in that knee. And if we add that tiny bit of pull with a slight bit of internal twist, so turning so your foot turns inwards, we shouldn't have any pain, just a gentle nudge to free up those articular surfaces on the knee, to let them glide a little better and allow for better movement. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So grabbing a hold of that right shin, giving a gentle tug and a gentle twist. And if it's feeling good, we can get a tiny bit more aggressive, but really pay attention to how it's feeling. It should be zero pain, just a subtle pressure release. Should feel nice around that knee. And it may not feel much at all, just a gentle tug on that shin and a gentle rotation when we're up on our feet. This is just a chance for us to reverse gravity a little bit, help reset that joint, and let it move better. Take one more breath here. We'll sigh out that breath, and we'll step the left leg forward into a lunge and drop ourselves into a pigeon pose. And in the pigeon pose, we want all of the attention on the hip, very little on the knee. As you drop that knee out to the side, do some experimenting till you find a stretching sensation on the outside of that left hip. And in a few seconds, we'll gently get active here. So when we get active, gently pressing that lead heel down into the floor. And let's go ahead, starting with some nice easy pressure, pressing downwards, slowly ramping up tension. Big tension here towards the end. 3, 2, 1, and let's slowly reverse that. Imagine squeezing your ankle and your chest closer together, slowly ramping up tension as we go. Big tension here for the end. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, fall back into that passive pose. Nice relaxed headspace. Taking your attention back to the hip and using your breathing to relax into that position. Relaxing as many muscles as we can think of right now. One more breath here. Let's sigh out that breath, and we'll step the other leg forward. So taking our attention on the right side, into a right side basic pigeon. Take a second or two and find the pose that works best for you. And what we're feeling for is a light stretch in the glutes and the outside of that hip. And every chance we get, settling back to a nice, slow, deliberate, relaxing breath to help that hip relax. In a few seconds, we'll start gently getting active again. And here we go, gently pressing that right heel into the floor, slowly ramping up tension. And let's go with some big tension here for these last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's reverse. Gently pulling the heel or the ankle closer to the hip and chest, slowly ramping up that tension. Big tension here for the last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, let it all out. Nice relaxed headspace. Take your attention back on your breathing, relaxing everything between the ears so we can relax everything below the neck. And we'll take one more breath here. Long, slow, relaxing exhale. Let's work our way to our feet into a squat, and let's get as low into that squat as we can that is pain-free. So if you have pain-free, full range of motion, we'll sit the butt right on the heels or as close to as we can. And we're gonna gently get active here, thinking about squeezing around the knee. So thinking about activating your quad, pressing into the floor like you're trying to lift yourself up and resist. Let's ramp up that tension a bit. Big tension here for these last 5. Big breath out. Let's relax again. Fall back in that passive pose. Let the hips sink back to the floor or as low as they can, pain-free. And we'll gently get active in the opposite direction. Starting now, squeezing through the hamstring. Try to pull your hips and ankles closer together actively. Slowly ramping up tension. Let's add some big tension here for the last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Fall back into that passive pose. Just relaxing in the bottom in whatever pain-free range of motion we have. Mentally go into your happy place. Letting those hips sink further if there's room, but nothing forceful. I'll take one more long, slow, relaxing breath in. Let's sigh out that breath. And that is a wrap for today, guys. Thanks so much for coming out. Hope those hips and knees are feeling nice. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And we'll see you again tomorrow.